When you look at your life right now, you might find yourself asking, where is the big moment? Where's the promise I've been waiting for? You've been through so much, faced countless challenges, felt isolated in your struggles, but trust me, you're not going through this for no reason. Sometimes, before the greatest gifts arrive, life demands a test, a preparation. But what you might not realize is that this big moment is closer than you think. It's almost here. Imagine for a moment that everything you've been through wasn't in vain. Every tear, every internal battle, every fear you overcame. All of it was somehow meant to bring you to this exact moment. You may not see it yet, but something extraordinary is about to enter your life. This isn't coincidence, this isn't luck. When God is about to give you something big, He often starts by testing your endurance, your patience, your faith. He begins shaping you for what's to come. But are you ready to receive it? Have you ever stopped to think that life sometimes makes you go through the worst before it brings the best? Think about the great transformations in history. The stories of giants who endured the toughest trials before achieving greatness. When you're about to reach the summit, the journey always seems harder. Is that how you feel right now? Maybe it's the sign that something even greater is just around the corner, waiting to be revealed. What's coming is exactly what your soul needs to rise, to grow, and to thrive. But here's an important thing you need to understand. To be truly prepared for the big gift that's coming, you need to be in alignment with something bigger. God doesn't hand out blessings to those who haven't learned the true value of effort, patience, and trust. What you've done up to this point, the choices you've made, and the way you've handled your struggles, all of it was necessary for you to be ready to receive what the universe has in store for you. So, what are you doing right now to prepare for it? Are you waiting passively, or are you taking action, trusting that the big moment is getting closer? The key to receiving what's coming isn't just waiting, it's being active, in motion, with your eyes open to the opportunities that arise. When you know something big is about to happen, you move with unshakable confidence, knowing that the universe is aligning everything in your favor. The big gift is coming, and the only thing left is to be ready to receive it. Have you ever felt like you're standing at the edge of something massive, something that could change everything? You're on the cusp, yet the moment still feels far away. You've worked, you've struggled, and it seems like life keeps testing your resolve. But have you ever stopped to think that this very moment, right now, could be the one where everything shifts? Napoleon Hill, in his timeless wisdom, taught us that success doesn't arrive overnight. No, success is built on the foundation of persistence, faith, and the ability to withstand life's hardest trials. But what if I told you that the moment you've been waiting for is closer than you think? That right now, when you feel the weight of the world pressing down, is exactly when things are about to change. The universe has a way of setting the stage before it gives you the prize, and often it requires a test. Imagine this: every struggle, every setback, every no you've encountered was not a sign of failure, but an invitation to keep going. Hill often spoke of the power of turning adversity into opportunity. He called it definiteness of purpose. And right now, your purpose is about to meet the right circumstances. But before it does, you must endure the storm. The question is, will you keep going? Will you stand firm in the face of uncertainty? There's a hidden truth here, one that Hill made clear. What you're experiencing now is the last challenge before the breakthrough. When God is about to give you something big, the difficulty intensifies. The world seems to push harder, yet it's in this pressure that diamonds are formed. The hardships you're facing, they're the refining fire that shapes you into the person who can handle the greatness coming your way. But remember this, the storm doesn't last forever. Just like the dark night that always gives way to the dawn, your moment is approaching. Trust that the forces are aligning, and that you're on the verge of the breakthrough you've been working towards. So take a breath, stand firm. Your time is coming, and the strength you're building right now will be the very thing that helps you carry the success that's on its way. Have you ever felt like giving up, like it would be easier to walk away from everything you've worked so hard for? In those moments of doubt, it's crucial to remember one fundamental truth. Faith and the persistence are the very forces that shape your destiny. Hill repeatedly emphasized that the most successful individuals are not the ones who never encounter obstacles, but the ones who refuse to give in when the path gets tough. When you face adversity, it's easy to lose sight of the bigger picture. The mind tells you to stop, to take the easy way out. But what if the answer lies in pushing forward just a little bit more? Hill's concept of definiteness of purpose is rooted in faith. Faith that no matter how hard things seem, success is not just possible, but inevitable. It's the belief that if you hold on long enough, even when it feels like the world is against you, everything will fall into place. But this faith isn't passive. It requires action. In the process of struggle, the most important thing is not the external conditions you face, but your internal response to them. Are you choosing to remain persistent, regardless of the circumstances? The way you respond to hardship defines whether you're going to break or become unshakable. Hill taught us that the strongest foundations are built during the storm. If you hold on to your faith and take consistent action, you will not just survive, you will rise. This is where most people fail. They give up when they're so close to their breakthrough. And this is where you need to dig deeper than ever before. Each step forward, even if it feels small, is one step closer to the big thing that's waiting for you. But it requires persistence, an unyielding will to keep going even when the finish line is invisible. The storm before your success is simply a test of how much you truly want it. So ask yourself this: what would happen if you trusted in the process just a little longer? What if you allowed yourself to have unwavering faith that your persistence would lead you to the prize you've been chasing? Napoleon Hill didn't just talk about success in theory. He showed that success is the result of the never-ending pursuit of a singular, unwavering purpose. Hold on to that belief. Keep moving. The end of the storm is near, and what you've been fighting for will be yours. When you are about to receive something big, the first step is to cultivate a burning desire within you. Napoleon Hill often emphasized that desire is not just a fleeting wish or passing thought. It's the very foundation of everything you will accomplish. It is the fire that drives you when the days are long and the nights are dark. Without desire, there is no purpose, no clarity, and no path forward. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. But desire alone isn't enough. Hill taught that your desire must be accompanied by a clear, written plan. It's not enough to simply want something. You must know exactly how you will achieve it. This is where many people falter. They set vague intentions and then wonder why they don't see results. If your desire is not backed by specific, actionable steps, it becomes a mere dream that remains out of reach. You must be able to define what success looks like for you and how you will make it happen, step by step. Consider the moments when you've faced challenges and thought about quitting. It is the intensity of your desire that will push you through those moments. Hill states that what the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. If you can picture your success in vivid detail, believe in it, and fuel it with the desire to make it happen, you have already taken the first step toward manifestation. It is this mindset that transforms dreams into reality. Moreover, your desire must not only be strong but persistent. If your desire burns brightly today but fades tomorrow, you won't get far. The key to sustaining your desire is in the consistency of your actions. Every decision you make, every step you take, must be in alignment with your ultimate goal. Each action, no matter how small, is a reinforcement of your commitment. Now, ask yourself, what are you truly desiring right now? What is the one thing that, if achieved, would change everything for you? This desire, when aligned with a clear plan and unyielding persistence, will set the course for your transformation. Don't just want it. Believe in it, feel it, and take the steps necessary to bring it into existence. The universe will move to match the intensity of your desire. The bigger the desire, the greater the manifestation. As you continue on your journey toward receiving something big, one of the greatest obstacles you will face is fear. Napoleon Hill was adamant about this. Fear is the most insidious enemy to success. It masquerades in various forms: fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear of being judged. And it holds many people back from stepping into their greatness. But what if I told you that fear is not the thing you need to avoid? What if fear is actually a signpost, pointing you toward the very opportunities you are meant to seize? Hill often spoke about the 6 basic fears that plague humanity, but the most powerful antidote to these fears is action. Fear thrives in the unknown, in hesitation, in avoidance. It weakens when faced directly with bold, courageous steps forward. The moment you push through that fear, the power it holds over you dissipates. So, when you feel the weight of fear, remember that it is a signal that you are on the verge of something big. It is not a roadblock, it's a stepping stone. But here's where many people get stuck. They let fear control their actions, or worse, they never take action at all. Hill said, "Fear is a habit, and like all habits, it can be overcome." Fear only has power if you allow it to persist. By taking consistent, purposeful actions toward your goals, no matter how small, you start to dismantle the power of fear. Every step forward erodes its grip on your mind. And with each success, no matter how small, your confidence grows. Doubt, the companion to fear, is another formidable force that can derail your progress. It creeps in when you are unsure of your path or when the outcome is uncertain. But doubt is merely a reflection of your inner belief. Hill teaches us that the only true limit is the limit we place on our own belief in ourselves. If you allow doubt to take root, you will never take the steps necessary to reach your desires. To overcome doubt, you must replace it with an unshakable belief in your ability to achieve what you set out to do. The next time fear or doubt tries to take hold of you, ask yourself, what would happen if you ignored it? What if you simply decided to act, despite feeling afraid or uncertain? Imagine the power you would tap into if you chose courage over fear, faith over doubt. Now is the time to take those steps forward. The universe will respond to the energy of your conviction. There is a quiet power that resides in persistence. It's not the loud, flashy moments of victory that define success, but rather the steady, unyielding march toward your goals in the face of adversity. Napoleon Hill often spoke about the importance of persistence in his work, emphasizing that it's the key that unlocks the doors to success. It's easy to become disheartened when results aren't immediate, but true achievement comes to those who do not give up, who continue to press forward even when the path is unclear. Hill describes persistence as a form of definiteness of purpose. When you are clear on what you want, when your desire burns bright enough to fuel your every action, persistence becomes almost automatic. It is no longer a struggle, but a natural extension of your faith in the outcome. It's not about pushing harder, it's about pushing consistently, in alignment with your goals. The universe will test your commitment. How badly do you want it? How long are you willing to endure? Your persistence will be the marker that sets you apart from those who give up when faced with challenges. But persistence alone is not enough. You need something that will sustain you through the trials, a driving force that can keep you going when the road is long and the end seems distant. This is where faith enters the picture. Hill stresses the necessity of unwavering faith in both yourself and the outcome you seek. Faith is not passive. It is an active force that compels you to act, to move, to push forward even when the evidence of success seems far away. Faith connects you to the unseen. It helps you trust that the universe is aligning itself in your favor, even when you cannot yet see the results. When you combine persistence with faith, you create a potent force that cannot be stopped. Faith empowers persistence, and persistence fuels faith. The key here is consistency, acting in faith every single day, regardless of the obstacles. Hill's famous quote, "What the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve," encapsulates this perfectly. Your mind, in sync with your faith, will persist in the pursuit of your desires, and the universe will start to bend in your favor. You may not always see the rewards immediately, but every action you take, every step you persist in is building the foundation for your success. The seed you plant today may not sprout overnight, but in time, it will. The power of persistence, coupled with unwavering faith, ensures that what you're meant to receive will eventually come to you. So, continue. Keep moving forward. Let your faith be your guide, and your persistence will lead you to everything you've ever dreamed of. As you persist on your journey, there comes a moment when opportunities begin to present themselves. But here's the secret. They often come disguised in forms you may not expect. Napoleon Hill taught that success is not just about the hard work and effort you put in, it's also about the ability to recognize opportunities when they appear. Opportunities don't always look like golden gates swinging open. Sometimes they appear as challenges, detours, or obstacles. The key is to be prepared to see them for what they truly are. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that opportunities will be grand and obvious, especially when you've been working so hard towards your goal. But Hill reminds us that most successful individuals didn't recognize their opportunities because they were looking for easy paths. Instead, they were looking for ways to turn every situation, every challenge, into an advantage. This is the kind of mindset you must cultivate, the ability to transform what seems like a setback into a stepping stone. Opportunities are, in essence, the universe's way of testing whether you're ready to receive the blessings you've been asking for. Think of them like small gifts wrapped in the most unexpected packages. Some may look intimidating, others might appear inconvenient, but each one holds the potential to take you one step closer to your desired outcome. The trick is to embrace them with an open heart and a willingness to learn and adapt. Be ready to say yes when an opportunity knocks, even if it's not packaged in the way you imagined. This is where the power of faith and persistence truly intersects with opportunity. By maintaining a clear vision and strong belief in what you're working toward, you naturally start to attract the right opportunities at the right time. It's not magic, it's alignment. When you're aligned with your desires and trust the process, opportunities begin to appear as if by fate. Only you will recognize them because you're no longer searching for them in a limited way. Hill's philosophy on opportunity is clear. When it shows up, you must act. You can't hesitate, you can't overthink it. The most successful people are those who take immediate action when opportunity presents itself. They have cultivated the habit of recognizing and seizing these moments, no matter how small or uncertain they may seem. As you move forward, pay attention. Be vigilant. Stay open, because the next opportunity that comes your way could be the one that changes everything. The universe has already begun to conspire in your favor. It's now up to you to be ready to take the leap when it arrives. Patience. A word that many people hear, but few truly understand in the depth required for success. Napoleon Hill often emphasized that patience isn't simply about waiting for something to happen. It's about allowing the process of success to unfold in its natural timing. In today's fast-paced world, it's easy to fall into the trap of wanting immediate results. We want the rewards of our hard work now, but Hill's teachings remind us that true success is a journey, not a sprint. There's power in waiting, but it's not the passive waiting that comes from inaction. It's an active patience, the kind that requires resilience and faith. When God is about to give you something big, timing plays an essential role. You may not see it now, but every moment, every decision, and every action you take is preparing you for what's to come. Just as a seed takes time to sprout into a full-grown tree, your efforts need time to grow, strengthen, and align with the universal forces that are guiding you. During this waiting period, many people give up too soon, not realizing they are on the brink of a breakthrough. Hill teaches that success is about preparing your mind and spirit to receive, and in doing so, you must trust that everything happens when it's meant to. There is an undeniable power in the belief that the right things will come at the right time. When you practice this patience, you strengthen your faith and your resolve. Each step, no matter how slow, brings you closer to your goal. The universe is always working behind the scenes, organizing the people, the circumstances, and the events that will eventually align in your favor. But you must be ready to accept them when they do. This readiness comes from understanding that the timing is not yours to dictate. It's a divine order, and when you surrender to that rhythm, you tap into a powerful flow of opportunities and blessings. Patience teaches you to release the urge for control, to stop forcing things to happen in your time, and to trust in the divine unfolding of your journey. It's during the quiet moments, when you are actively waiting, that you cultivate a deep trust in yourself and in the universe's plan. You begin to see that patience is not a passive state, but a powerful force that allows you to remain calm and collected while everything falls into place. Success doesn't arrive when you demand it. It arrives when you are fully prepared and aligned with your purpose. In the grand scheme of things, success is not about rushing through life, but about trusting the process. Napoleon Hill's principle of patience is not a call for passivity, but a strategy for mastery. When you wait with purpose and confidence, you prepare yourself to fully embrace the gifts that God has in store for you. So, trust in the timing of your life and remember, everything is unfolding exactly as it should. The moment of your breakthrough is closer than you think. It's simply a matter of waiting for it with the right mindset. One of the most profound lessons Napoleon Hill imparts is the power of belief. It is said that what you truly believe with all your heart and mind is what you will manifest into your reality. If you believe in your potential, in your ability to achieve greatness, and in the infinite opportunities that the universe offers, then your path will naturally align with those beliefs. This isn't mere optimism, it's the powerful force of faith, a force that shapes your destiny. When God is about to give you something big, the first step is to believe that you are worthy of it. You must trust that you are being prepared for something extraordinary. Faith, in the context of Hill's teachings, is not just a religious or spiritual concept. It is a mental state of certainty, a conviction in the unseen and unknown. You see, when you're working towards a goal, there will always be doubts and obstacles along the way. Yet, it's your unwavering belief in the possibility of success that will carry you through these challenges. When you wholeheartedly believe in your success, you begin to take actions that align with that belief, which creates an energetic shift. This shift attracts the circumstances, people, and opportunities that will manifest the life you envision. What if, for a moment, you could stop doubting and start believing that the dreams you have are not only possible, but that they are destined for you? What if you could remove the barriers of self-doubt, the voices of fear, and trust in your own potential? The more you believe, the more you open yourself up to miracles. Faith is not about seeing the result first. It's about believing in it even when it feels distant or out of reach. When God is about to give you something big, this faith will be the anchor that holds you steady through the storm. Belief is the fuel that propels you forward, even when the road is unclear. Napoleon Hill encourages us to have a definite major purpose, to set our sights on one vision, and to pursue it with full faith. This single-mindedness of purpose, paired with deep belief, creates an unstoppable force that transcends ordinary obstacles. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who never face difficulties, but those who persist because they believe in the inevitability of their success. Your belief is a self-fulfilling prophecy, one that will create the conditions necessary for your dreams to become a reality. As you begin to cultivate faith in your journey, you'll notice how it transforms your perspective. Challenges become opportunities, and setbacks become valuable lessons. The path that once seemed daunting now feels like a necessary step toward your ultimate success. With unwavering belief, your mindset becomes your most powerful tool. And when you believe with all your heart that God is preparing something big for you, you will find the courage to continue, the strength to push through, and the wisdom to recognize the opportunities that await you. Napoleon Hill's teachings often emphasize the law of attraction, the idea that the thoughts and energy you put out into the world will attract corresponding outcomes. When God is about to give you something big, it's not just about the external circumstances aligning. It's about your internal world being in harmony with the greatness that is about to unfold. This law isn't just a passive force. It's an active, dynamic principle that operates based on your thoughts, emotions, and actions. If you want to receive something monumental, you must first create the mental and emotional conditions that can attract it. Think of opportunity as an invitation, an open door waiting for you to walk through. But what many fail to understand is that opportunities are not always loud, obvious, or easy to see. Often, they come disguised as challenges, setbacks, or even failure. The key is to recognize these moments as opportunities for growth and transformation. When God is about to give you something big, the opportunity may not look like what you expected at first. It may come wrapped in adversity, and it's your ability to embrace it with faith and determination that will reveal the treasure hidden beneath the surface. The law of attraction operates through your mental and emotional states, but it's not just about thinking positive thoughts. It's about aligning your internal vibration with the external circumstances you desire. To attract greatness, you must begin acting as though the very thing you seek is already on its way. How would you move? How would you speak? What actions would you take if you knew success was inevitable? This alignment of mind, body, and spirit will open the floodgates to the opportunities that are waiting to meet you. When we combine the power of belief with the law of attraction, we can begin to shape the world around us. Your thoughts become things, and your feelings and actions become the magnet that draws those things to you. The universe, or God, responds to this energetic alignment by delivering the opportunities that match your vibration. So, when the time is right, and God is ready to give you something big, it will show up in ways that you could never have predicted. But only if you've been actively preparing yourself, mentally and emotionally, to receive it. In this process, it's crucial to remain open to new experiences and perspectives. The opportunities that God is preparing for you might not look like what you envisioned, and they might push you out of your comfort zone. But the more you embrace them, the more you allow yourself to evolve. With each opportunity you take, you grow closer to the destiny that awaits you. Trust in the process, have faith in the unseen, and remain open to the unexpected, because when God is about to give you something big, it's often the most unexpected doors that open the greatest opportunities. As we approach the final moments of this transformative journey, it's time to face a truth that Napoleon Hill would insist upon. Opportunities, no matter how grand, are useless unless action is taken. When God is about to give you something big, it is not enough to wait passively for it to fall into your lap. It's not enough to merely hope, dream, or wish. What separates those who receive great things from those who do not is their willingness to act, to take bold, committed steps, even when the path is unclear, even when fear looms large. Action is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. Hill often spoke about the importance of decision and action in his writings, underscoring that while many people sit on the sidelines waiting for circumstances to align perfectly, it's those who take action in the face of uncertainty who shape their own destiny. The greatest victories come from embracing change, from stepping outside your comfort zone, and from trusting that even small actions taken consistently will eventually lead to massive results. When God is about to give you something big, you will be called to move, to leap, to take the first step, even when the second step isn't yet visible. But here's where it gets profound. Taking action doesn't mean you must have all the answers. The key is not to wait until you feel fully prepared or to wait for the perfect moment. Perfection is an illusion. Instead, trust that the moment you step forward, God will meet you with the next step. Every small, courageous act of faith plants the seeds for greater things to manifest. Even the smallest step in the right direction is a declaration of faith, of belief that something greater is coming. And with each action you take, you create momentum, turning the invisible into the visible, the intangible into reality. One of the most powerful aspects of taking action is the way it builds momentum. The more you act, the more confidence you build in yourself. Each decision to move forward, regardless of how small it seems, sends a signal to the universe, to God, and to your own subconscious that you are ready for the blessing that is about to unfold. The act of moving, even in moments of doubt, will prepare you for the magnitude of the opportunities ahead. It's when you embrace the uncertainty, the discomfort, and the unknown that you align yourself with the force of change. And in that space of discomfort, transformation occurs. As we close this chapter, understand that the action you take is the most profound expression of your belief. You must act as though the big things are already on their way, because they are. The doors are opening, the path is clearing, and the universe is aligning itself to your favor. But you must be willing to step into that space, to walk through those doors, and to seize what is rightfully yours. So ask yourself, with deep sincerity, are you ready to take that first step? The next chapter of your life is waiting, and the moment you take action, you begin to write it. Trust the process. Embrace the change. Act now. As we bring this journey to a close, I want to leave you with something that lingers, something that resonates beyond these words, something that stays with you long after the video ends. You've heard how moments of great transformation are often preceded by times of struggle, of waiting, of uncertainty. But now, more than ever, you must embrace the truth that what is coming, what has been destined for you, is something profound. And when God is about to give you something big, you have to be ready, not just to receive it, but to step into it with full confidence and belief in yourself. What if I told you that your breakthrough is not a distant dream, but just beyond the next decision, the next action, the next step? The moment you decide to align yourself with the energy of your desires, that moment is when everything begins to shift. It's no longer a matter of if the blessing will come. It's about when you allow yourself to step into the version of you that is ready to receive it. Trust the process, even when it seems like things are not yet in place. The universe, God, is already orchestrating your success. You simply have to meet it halfway, with boldness, courage, and the unwavering belief that you deserve it. And so, with each step, you write your own story. You are the author, the creator, the master of your own fate. But don't just wait for things to fall into your lap. The power lies in your hands and your decisions, and most importantly, in the actions you take today. Napoleon Hill often said that what the mind of man can conceive and believe, it can achieve. Now, consider this. What do you conceive for yourself? What do you believe is possible? These are the questions that determine the magnitude of your success. But I ask you now, with sincerity and depth, what will you do with the opportunities that are already unfolding? Will you choose to step into them, even if the path is unclear, even if you're unsure of how it will all play out? It's in those moments of uncertainty that the greatest growth happens. And with each action, each decision to move forward, you are not just waiting for something to happen, you are making it happen. You are aligning with your highest self, and when you do, the universe will respond in ways you can't even yet imagine. So, here's the challenge. Take that first step today. Don't wait for a sign. Don't wait for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. Everything you've learned, everything you've experienced has prepared you for this moment. So, ask yourself, what will you do with it? And if you feel a spark of inspiration, of motivation, of transformation, I invite you to share it with others. Like, comment, and subscribe, and become part of a community of action takers, visionaries, and people who understand that the best is yet to come. You're not just watching this video, you're stepping into a new reality. Don't let it pass you by. The time is now.